Hi everyone, my name is Eric Lee, and I believe I'm an excellent fit for investment banking. There's three reasons why: fraternity, understanding of international scenery, and deep analytics and hard work. Sports. Probably one of my greatest experiences of all time has been working with my sports team. Back in high school, I know it was a long time ago, but we were on the track team together and we were grinding through the season for about 4 months. And in that time, when we're working long hours together, we really build that close bond and friendship. We're able to not only talk with each other and get closer to one another, but we spend time outside of the track, we spend time at each other's houses, and we really create that bond. And by the time that we ended up winning the state championship, we really got to a whole new level, and it was probably one of the best feelings knowing that all that hard work had finally paid off. Second thing is international presence. I love to travel, and for once I've been able to actually utilize the extra time I've had to visit Europe, Cuba, and Asia in the past couple months. And in that time, I've really focused on trying to understand not only the cultures of those people, but really, for the first time, the economies of those places. And for once, I'm beginning to understand how all of these things start to really combine to one another, and how they really can work together to create a new landscape, especially within energy. Lastly, I'm deeply involved with analytics. I love breaking down things and trying to figure out what's best for them. Best example is one time we were forced within 3 days to figure out the new budget for our sales staff quotas, and coming up with a new algorithm with a teammate, we were able to save about $250,000 on the budget. For those three reasons, I believe I'm a great fit for banking. Thank you.
Cool.
All right, guys, feedback.
I think for maybe if you're doing a pitch, it'd be good to get a little bit of your background of what you did before.
Yeah.
Besides just, like you told things about your history, but not maybe work experience wise. So that, I didn't know, this, you were talking about the sales staff, saving money, but I didn't know in what business.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I may chime in.
Of course.
I was gonna say, the opening, lay out these really three clear points: fraternity, international presence, analytics. But for fraternity, I would come up with a more recent example than high school sports. Definitely. I didn't even know what team you were on. I mean, I know you do track, but I don't think that was articulated. So, but for fraternity, you could talk about, closeness of working at like your previous and like your team's previous places of employment. International presence, right? That's international bank or iBanking is international, right? Front load that. Like, you need to be able to work with people from different countries, and understand and like be culturally aware and sensitive. So those are just my big things. But otherwise, you had poise, and like you iron out the content of that, you'll be good to go.
I like the beginning was good with I understood, the hook, while you were speaking, you want to convey your fit for iBanking, and you laid out your 3 points. I kind of got lost right after that when you started talking about the sports, because what I would have done is tie that in that first sentence of that paragraph. I think the point was teamwork. I forget exactly what the first point was, but I kind of lost it when you started talking about sports. So I would say, I learned about teamwork because through my experience in sports. Kind of lay it out something, tie your first point, then to your story, and then go into your story. Because I kind of got lost the way when you start going into the sports story. But I did like that you did have the sports story as evidence. The other thing I would say, just to me, you seemed a little too rigid up there. I would just be more relaxed, have a more relaxed body stance, and then when you're more relaxed, you can add the more specific hand gestures along with that.
Okay. So what I got is that you're good at building fraternity amongst a group. There, you have great international experience and presence, as well as you're good at analytics and hard work. Hopefully, that's the brand you wanted to communicate there. I liked the word fraternity, and I'm kind of going back and forth in my head about this. You built and you maintain relationships, right? It sounds like what you want to communicate. So like, get some different, like, I like the word fraternity. I'm just not sure if it communicates that specifically.
It's just the idea that with banking, I mean, almost everyone talks about it. You work 100 hours, and you want to do it with people you like.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to come up with experiences kind of mirror that process.
Yeah. The only one of the other reasons I think about fraternity, and I kind of question that, is what about female bankers? I was in a fraternity in college. I know what a fraternity is typically thought as. So just think about that for a little bit, because that can be off-putting to some. Otherwise, I thought you had great stories. I like Alan's point about the Brett, or maybe it was Jared, talked about like the different examples. Maybe you could do something like, from the time where me and my team won I'm assuming a state track championship, to whenever I was doing X or something like that. You can give a couple of really good examples really quickly like that to show that it's not just something that's old, something that's new. Definitely some details on your experiences, though. In one sentence, what did you do before getting your MBA?
Asset management and healthcare.
Asset management and healthcare. Come on, dude. Like, you got to be able to do that. I like the fact that you quantified, I was able to save $250,000 in this case. That's great. And then I could have missed it, but I didn't really get the hard work part of that. Okay. So like, I was an athlete. Like, I get the idea that it takes a lot of hard work to stay, in good physical shape. I think you've got a good profile in that. I would certainly if you haven't met me, it's Steve Erzinger. He was a college athlete, really good guy to talk to. His ability to pitch himself is unprecedented. So he can help you out with that. Moving on from content, filler words, and were your words that time. Work on that. That kind of ties back into be confident, be relaxed. I want you to stand up real quick. I want you to put your arms straight out your side like you're gonna fly away. Come on, drop your hands. Okay. All right, never mind. You're kind of your hands are kind of right here almost, and most of the time people it's a little bit farther out there. You don't have to do that. It's wherever you're comfortable. But think about that. A lot of bankers, they have this big boisterous personality. You talk to Pete Sanborn, who was at Mullis this past summer. The guy's he could run for Congress. But don't be afraid to fill the whole room up with Eric Lee. All right, this is your world we're living in. Okay, have a little bit of that confidence there. And then you're the first person I've had to say this, but almost maybe bigger hand gestures. A lot of your hand gestures right here. I'm not staring at your crotch, dude.
Yeah.
A little bit up here. That's okay. Have purpose behind them, but definitely throw some in there. Okay.
Okay.
All right, man.